So the last match that I'm going to review, this is probably the last match I cared about, was Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the Universal Championship in the main event of SummerSlam. I was very excited. This is probably the men's match I was the most excited for because I live for Roman Reigns and Jey Uso's matches. In 2020, instant classics. The Clash of Champions match, storytelling at its finest. When they say wrestling is an art, those two showed that wrestling is an art. When I tell you that is one of my favorite men's matches of all time. If there's one match I'm going to give credit to Roman for, it is that match right there. And their Hell in a Cell match, art. The storytelling, the art of it, it was amazing. I loved it. So you can only imagine, I definitely came into this match with the highest of expectations. And when I found out they were going to main event, like they did at Clash of Champions, the expectations were high. So they came in, Jey Uso wore white, Roman wore black. A callback to their Hell in a Cell match. Storytelling at its finest already. So the match happens. It starts off, and Roman's kind of just like, you ain't ready. And Jay like, yeah, I'm ready. So Roman starts off, he's kind of mocking Jay. He's like, come on, Lil Jay. And Jay's like, nah, I got this. I can fight. Goes back and forth. They're fighting, hitting each other hard, like fighting like two dudes in high school, just going at it. Eventually, Roman goes outside. Jey Uso did, usually, like, I thought he was going to do, like, what Roman used to do, the little vaulting, I think it's called the vaulting press, where he just, like, jumps over the top of the rope and just lands on his opponent. That would have ate, because that would have been storytelling, like, I use my move against you, your move against you. Jey did, a front flip over the rope. I forgot what it's called, but he did that to Roman. But what made it scary is that Roman wasn't like played. Like, he did it to his hip, I think. Roman was like to the side of the barricade. I'm like, was that supposed to happen? I don't know. But Jey did it. But eventually the match keeps going back and forth. And then they go to the outside. They go to the crowd. Jay's fighting, and he grabs some water or something, and he pours on himself, trying to get himself hyped up. Like, yeah, I got it. And Solo Sequoia comes behind him, attacks him, and eventually it turns into a handicap match between Solo and Roman. And so, a handicap match was Solo and Roman versus Jey. So as Roman and Jey are fighting with Solo's help, eventually Solo holds Jey into position so Roman can get a spear, an accurate spear. Jey pulls Solo into the ring, and he accidentally spears. Jey pulls Solo in front of him, and then Roman ends up spearing Solo. Then Jey, I think, hit a spear right after Roman hit a spear on Solo. Jey speared Roman. The ref goes for the count, 1-2, and it's a 2.5. Roman kicks out. Eventually, Solo gets up and attacks Jey, and he's arguing with Roman because he's like, I can't have respect for you. You just speared me. You want me to help you, blase, blase. So Roman was standing in place. You could tell, like, he's going to get speared through the barricade. So as they're arguing, Jey spears Roman through the barricade. So then the commentators are like, Solo probably didn't want to help Roman because he wants to only do things out of respect, and he felt disrespected. Fair. So then he picks Jey up, and then he just keeps attacking Jey or whatever. Jey eventually gets offense, and then he goes for Roman. So eventually, Jey gets enough offense, and I think he hit the Uso splash onto Roman. And as he's going for the 1 and the 2, somebody pulls him out. And then it's a hooded figure. And I was like, who is that? Then I looked at the shoes. I said, I know that's not who I think it is. Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Uso reveals himself to Jey, and we had a Nikki and Brie SummerSlam 2014 moment all over again. Jimmy's looking at Jey like, he doesn't want to do this, and then eventually he super kicks the mess out of Jey Uso. So he super kicks him, throws him into the ring. Roman, I think he speared him through the table, and then after that, Roman retained the title. Amazing storytelling. But was this their best match? Was this as good as their other matches? I'm sorry to say, but it wasn't. The stipulation of the match was a tribal combat match, which I think just means no holds barred, but it's just themed. I came into this with high expectations. I didn't really get those expectations, but I still got a good match. And also, Roman got Samoan dropped through a table on the outside. I forgot to say that. And I was like, dang, that looked like it hurt really bad. But compared to the Hell in a Cell match and the Clash of Champions match, this was a major decline, in my opinion. A solid 3-star match. 3-star match. I'll give it 3.5 to be fair. But 3-star, 3.5, that's probably the ranking I would give it. Good match. But like I said, I just don't think it's as good as their other matches. But I'm very excited to see like where this goes with Jimmy, because I'm confused, because like you turned on Roman, which caused Jay to turn on Roman, and now you're turning on like where does your allegiance lie, sir? Like what is going on with you? I'm very confused myself. So whoever wrote this, props to them, because you had caught me off guard. I did not expect that at all. But I'm very excited to see where this goes, and yeah, we'll be watching SmackDown to see what happens with Jimmy and Jay and Roman and all them. So yeah, but that's my review.